Yes. 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 I think very deeply. Good morning, millionaires. I think very deeply. Hope everybody's feeling good out there. My name's Haziq Ali. And today we're talking all about brainstorming. Good morning, millionaires. If you haven't done it yet, I want to suggest you join our we have a newsletter that I feel like is going to be your favorite newsletter. It's going to be your favorite newsletter. This is going to be your favorite inbox that you ever get. So I highly suggest you join our email list. Just go to wearemillionaireminded.com. You can go do that right now. Go to wearemillionaireminded.com and join the newsletter. If you get the newsletter, let us know how you like it. If you already on the newsletter list, let them know that thing fire. Right? Let them know it's fire. What's up, Toby? My man Toby in the house. Demita's in the building. What's up, Demita? How'd you enjoy that last night, Queen? Kim Connor is in the house. Congratulations on that new house. No pun intended. Kim Connor's in the house. My man Nick. Good morning, Nick. Glad you're here. Taisha checking in. Demita and Taisha in the YouTube gang. If y'all ain't joined the YouTube gang yet, you need to do it. Allie Goins is in the house. Now we got a party going. My man Willpower in the building. Y'all ready to learn about this this brainstorming thing? Hazing. I'll take it. Cindy, what's up, Cindy? Man, I love that message you put out last night, Cindy. That was hard. Siobhan is in the house. Yeah. You know it, Kim. Okay, shalom. Let's get it, Siobhan. My man Toby, a bar machine. Man, they had a verses that was a throwback to my childhood. Some of y'all ain't know about KRS-One. My man KRS, that joint means knowledge reigns supreme over nearly everyone. And that's kind of how I feel. The way we say it is learn more, earn more. Let's get it. Yeah. Let's get it. Let's go, Mia. That's right. All right. Brenda G is in the house. What's up, Brenda? Man, I love when the YouTube gang start checking in. I love that. I think that's my man D Money right there. Let's get it. Welcome, Shalonda. I'm glad you made it in this morning, Queen. All right, y'all, share this thing. We about to get started. Y'all ready? Hey, DJ Scott LaRock. My man Trey Brown in the house. Okay, it's official. Let's get it. What's up, Miss Moss? Y'all ready? Appreciate that, Kim. Appreciate that, Queen. All right. It's time. I'm going to go ahead and call in on this live line. Y'all ain't here for my DJing? Let's get it.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time because we're going to bring the millionaire out of the...
Please enter your...
That's right.
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted.
All right.
And they can unmute themselves. Entry and exit tones are off.
All right. Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. I hope everybody's feeling incredible. My name's Haziq Ali, and every morning we come to you live on YouTube, on Facebook, in our Facebook group, Entrepreneurishment. on our Facebook page, We Are Millionaire Minded, and then also on my timeline. But the main place I hope you're checking us out is YouTube. Today we're going to talk about brainstorming, because you hear me say it all the time if you tune in, that creativity is next to godliness. A lot of people say cleanliness is next to godliness, and I don't disagree. But to get closer to the essence, I feel like creativity is what we're here to do. I feel like we were created by a creator to be creative. And at the end of the day, that little piece of divinity that we have inside ourselves is a creative piece, right? I believe that once you forget about yourself, you can click your divinity on. A lot of times we don't understand it, but adversity leads to opportunity because of your creativity. Everything you see around you started with an idea. Everything you see around you started from an idea. Does that make sense? Every single thing around you appeared because someone had the courage to jump out there and see their idea through. Does that make sense? Let them know, bro. And these ideas take the form of anything. It could be a product. It could be a solution. It could be deciding what you're going to do next with your life force and your time and your thoughts and your tongue. But sometimes we get ideas that are so great, we doubt they even came out our own head. And then we start dealing with self-worth issues, and maybe we don't execute. Other times, we're plainly frustrated over the pure mediocrity of the idea. Well, check it out, y'all. There's an art to coming up with really great ideas. There's an art to it, and I want to share it with you this morning. So I'm going to give you 5 different steps that will help you brainstorm and be more efficient and more methodical with the way you pull these ideas out the ether. If you're ready for number 1, give me a number 1 and a share. Let's get into it. Let's get into it, y'all. That's right. I like how you put that, Brenda. Do what your father does. Y'all see what Miss Brenda said? Do what your father does. That's important. That's important. Do what your father does. Let's get it. Do what your father does. Right? Who's ready to learn about brainstorming? Let me see it now. Let's get it, y'all. Let's get it. Let's get it. Give me a number 1 and a share. My man Rohan checking in. All right, we getting there. We getting there. Y'all starting to check in this morning. Better late than never, baby. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Give me a number 1 and a share. Give me a number 1 and a share, y'all. Give me a number 1 and a share. Give me a number 1, y'all, and a share. It's going to be good. I got a feeling you're going to enjoy this. You're going to enjoy this one. Give me a number 1 and a share. Everybody ready? Appreciate that, Brenda. Appreciate that. Yeah, what's up, gangs? Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Brainstorming is where it's at, man. G Squad in the house. Brainstorming is where it's at. All right. Look like we ready. Look like we ready. All right. Here's the first tip I got for you, y'all. If you want to be a better brainstormer, you have to avoid the trap of the favorite idea. Sometimes me and my lady talking, and I'll sense that she'll pull back a little bit, right? And I think a lot of us do that. A lot of times we try, and the perfectionist in us, an idea enters our head, and either the perfectionist comes in and then starts pish-poshing it and vetoing the idea before you even put it out there in the ether. Or what happens is we get an idea and that becomes our favorite idea. And even though it could be a pretty good idea, what it does is it blocks the incoming of any other idea, which could be much better. So here's what I got for you on this one, right? Make a list of the ideas that are for this given purpose. Don't pick one yet, right? Don't pick one yet. Put your idea on the list and then detach from it. Does that make sense, y'all? No matter how good it seems at the moment, no matter how good it seems, it feels, you perceive it to be just the best idea that you'll ever have on this particular subject. But I want you to learn to detach from it and then move on to other possibilities. Here's the second one. Break the brainstorming session into segments. Your life force goes like this. Even when it comes to brainstorming, even when it comes to breathing, my God, even when it comes to energy. So you have to learn to leverage that instead of make that a liability. Break your brainstorming into segments. Schedule other important work in between. So that way, each time you begin again, it's with a fresh mind. This is how you keep from getting trapped in a single thought pattern where you just pull one string, go down that rabbit hole, and then you lose the potential of all the other thoughts you could have had. Mary Kay, who you know from the Mary Kay home-based business, right? She said, when you come to a roadblock, take a detour, right? So sometimes we're thinking, we're thinking it up. It's coming to us, it's flowing. But then it'll start to slow down a little bit. Hit a detour on a butt. Go ahead and move on to something else. That way, when you come back to it, it's with a fresh mind, and then you get all these fresh ideas. If you're ready for number 2, give me a number 2 and a share. So that was the first one, y'all. Avoid the trap of the favorite idea. It's too early in the game to have a favorite idea. Give yourself a certain amount of time to brainstorm this thing out, right? You never know what God got for you. Creativity is next to godliness. Here's number 2. Dumb down your standards. Dumb down your standards. I know you hold yourself in high regard, but if you're going to excel at brainstorming, then what you're going to have to do is let go of your intellectual self. You're going to have to be a little silly. You're going to have to allow yourself to respect even some of the stupid ideas you have, right? And I'm using stupid tongue in cheek because ain't no ideas stupid, believe it or not, because what they are seeds. Realize that your critical mind cannot efficiently confront the situation in front of you. This is what the greatest book about entrepreneurship ever written means when it says stay childlike, not childish, but childlike. You know how a child approaches a problem? You know what I mean? It's time to wake up that child within you, because a child sees no limits. A child isn't judging itself until its parents start teaching it to. You get what I mean? So what am I saying? I'm saying include every single idea that enters your head, no matter how silly it sounds. Sometimes the most genius solution that you're going to come up with is hidden inside some stupid idea, right? Second thing I want you to figure out for this one is prioritize dumbing down. Dedicate an entire session or two to thinking about all the worst ways you can think of doing it, right? You got to pretend like you have a genie in a bottle, man, and that you're going to rub this bottle. The genie going to come out and give you whatever you want, even if it sounds crazy to you. And if your brainstorming partner is coming like that, try to support him or her. Let them just come with the craziest, wildest ideas they can come with, because what's going to mess around is it's going to spark something in you. Here's a third thought on that one. If you want to dumb it down even further, what you want to do is reach out to somebody who ain't directly related to the project. Reach out to somebody who's coming from a completely point of view. What this is a completely different point of view. What this is going to do is add more variety to your list. Give me a share if you agree. Is this making sense so far? Give me a share if you agree, and then only if it's making sense. So what we said with number 2 is dumb down your standards. So number 1 was let go of the trap of the favorite idea. Let go of having a favorite idea, y'all. And then the second one is dumb down your standards. If you agreed, then give me a number 3. If you agreed, then give me a 3 and a share. Let me know you with me. You know, if we let this happen, it could change our lives, y'all. This could change our lives. Yeah, we ain't got to stop at the favorite idea. That's right. That's right. This could change our lives, y'all. Yeah, I like how you put that. Laugh your way to success. Laugh your way to success. Y'all with me still? Here's the next one I got for you. Let your ideas ferment. Let your ideas ferment. You hear me? Let them ferment. My man Randy in the house. Hey, you're gonna love this, Randy. You I don't know if you just getting here, but boy, listen, entrepreneur, that hustler you got in you, you're gonna love this. Here's the third one. Let your ideas ferment. Now, if you follow the steps we gave you so far, you're starting to have kind of like a long list of ideas, right? And yet you have no idea what to do with them. You're like, all right, I listened to Ali. I got all this crazy stuff written down. What I'm supposed to do next? Now it's time to leave your ideas alone for a minute. Now it's time to leave your ideas alone for a minute. This is where you go hiking. This is where you go play a board game. Maybe you just have a cup of coffee. You know what I mean? Maybe you just sip some tea. If you're chasing a deadline, maybe when you go out on that walk around the block, you bring the list of ideas with you. You ruminate a little bit. Let your mind just flow over them things, because this is where the magic happens, y'all. This is where your ideas start to intermingle and coagulate, right? This is where they start to get refined. They start to mix with these other experiences of your life. I remember this story about Steve Jobs when he was creating this whole plug and play system for the first Macintosh that revolutionized the world. Do you know he got this idea from watching a newborn calf start walking a few minutes after it was born? Do you know that that's what gave him the idea for the plug and play Macintosh? Just think about that for a minute. This is a scene that Steve Jobs witnessed, pulled it into his mind with all these other ideas, and came up with a computer system that ended up changing the world. This is what makes life so incredible. You know how every day we talk about this could be the best day you've ever lived on planet Earth? This could be the day that you meet the person. This could be the day that you get the resource. Or I always say, this could be the day you get the idea that changes everything, not just for you, but it could change the whole world. And this is how life works. It makes our ideas kind of flow together, right? From these unexpected places. If you let it. If you're ready for number 4, give me a share. I'm saying, like, just like the different ingredients rot together and ferment to produce wine, right, Dr. Monet? Right, Dr. Monet? Just the way these ideas ferment together. Life comes in and colors your ideas with these different flavors. My man Zakai in the house. He know what I'm talking about. Life colors them. They get refined. These supposedly stupid ideas combine with the brilliant ones and make them even better. Next thing you know, you got clarity. And clarity always equals power. Clarity always kills the overwhelm, right? And once you've developed clarity, the unworthy ideas will start to become obvious in their unworthiness, and they wither and die on the vine. You know what I mean? If this is making sense, give me a share. So far, what did we say, y'all? We said so far we got to avoid the trap of the favorite idea. We said that we got to dumb down our standards and let even the silly ideas come out. Then we said we got to let our ideas rot. I know that sounds crazy. We got to let our ideas ferment, y'all, like fine wine. You hear what I'm saying to you? That's right, Zakai. That's right, big bro. We always say creativity is next to godliness around here. Creativity is next to godliness. Here's step 4, everybody. Find the patterns. Find the patterns. Intelligence is just pattern recognition. I want you to think about that, right? Because once you're done with the process, the ideas on your list won't be the same as they were before. And then when you get back to them, they're not the same bunch of random thoughts. And it's all because of your infinite mind making all these interesting connections that would have formed between all of these things, right? And it's an amazing kind of hodgepodge you've put together. So now you start to notice patterns, right? Pick up the ones that seem to be standing out. Figure out which other ideas seem to be supporting or enhancing some of the good ideas on your list. Now you're finding patterns. Winston Churchill said something wild. He was like, no idea is so outlandish that it shouldn't be considered and kind of like observed with this searching, but at the same time, steady eye. There's no idea that's so outlandish that it shouldn't be considered with a searching, but at the same time, steady eye. What does he mean? He means we're, kind of dating this idea, right? We're focused on the fact that we want to be married one day, but we still making sure that we're making a relationship as good as it can be, right? It's searching, but it's steady. We're steady on the goal, but we're looking for the pieces that can make this thing better. We ain't all the way married to it yet, right? Clarity equals power. Intelligence is pattern recognition. That's right. And then here's number 5, y'all. Analyze the solutions. Analyze the solutions. This is the last stage. This is where you finally apply your critical mind that you've been holding off all this time. You had switched this off in step 2. But now you get to bring your critical mind to the forefront, because now it's time to analyze your results. Now you get to list the pros and the cons of each of these couple selected ideas, right? Now you get to look at the efficiency, the scalability of it, the implementability, if that's a word. You hear what I'm saying to you? All these different factors that might kind of count in your scenario add up to helping you choose the best idea. And now it's going to be pretty obvious which one to go to. But before we get out of here, here's the last thing I want you to realize. Here's what not to do next. Once you've gone through, I remember Babyface was talking about how, man, if it was left up to him, a song would never be done, because there's always something new to add. There's always a new melody. There's always something that can make it better. Here's what not to do next, y'all. After you've gone through this entire process, the solution that you have at hand is going to be 100 times better than the one that was formed directly through your practical thinking. Cool. Well, check this out. Now it's time to execute, right? Because you thought as an artist, but being an artist has its cons, because next thing you know, you baby-facing yourself where the song is never done. Since you set your brain on stormy mode, right? You began this whole process where you just gave as much time as possible to just thinking of all the wild, outlandish, crazy, stupid ideas you could come up with. But check this out. Once you're done with that, it's time to execute. They asked Fred Smith, the CEO of FedEx, who created this whole billion-dollar company, from a term paper that he got like a C grade on. They said, how do you ship on time? He was like, that's simple. They was like, how do you always ship on time and under budget? He was like, that's simple. As soon as we run out of time, as soon as we run out of money, we ship. Well, that's how you got to start thinking about your ideas. You brainstormed and you gave yourself some brainstorming time. But after you get through with this elaborate brainstorming session, it's time to shut that off. Now it's time to execute. It's time to shut down the thinking machine. It's time to put in the hard work to manifest this golden idea, right? I want you to remember, we're not going to keep on going with this analysis paralysis, right? What we're going to do is execute now, because what you got to understand, y'all, is nobody starts with iPhone 12. Can somebody give me that in the comments? Nobody starts with iPhone 12. That's not how it works. You know what I mean? A ship is easier to steer once you got it moving. You hear what I'm talking about? If you want to kill that, we're not about to kill our idea with this perfectionism crap. You know, perfectionism is the curse of poverty. Can somebody give me that? All right, y'all. That's going to do it for today. It's affirmation time. I hope you're ready. I hope you got something out of that. I'd love to see in the comments, what are some things that you do to make your brainstorming more effective? We want to come back and look at what you got. What are some things you do to make brainstorming more effective? My man, Earl the Pearl, you in the house, bro? It's time for affirmations. Call in, y'all. Call in. Let's get it. Today's episode is brought to you.
All participants are muted.
Right on. Today's episode is brought to you by Color Me Millionaire, the world's first affirmation and visualization coloring book. You can order it from wearemillionaireminded.com.
All participants are muted, and they can unmute themselves.
Appreciate it, Earl. All right, y'all. So check it out. Today's episode is brought to you by Color Me Millionaire, the world's first visualization and affirmation coloring book. If you haven't ordered yours yet, make sure you go to wearemillionaireminded.com and pick it up. We out of here, man. Come do your affirmations. Just try it out. I know it feels weird to you, but there's power of life and death in the tongue. And every morning we do the same exact affirmations that I was doing when I was sleeping in my car. And if I'm a millionaire now, after sleeping in my car a few years ago, and I have no college degree, I have no special skills, I'm telling you, you can do it too. But remember, either your mind has to expand to match your goals, or your goals are just going to start to shrink to match your mind.